The hype is real. This new xTool MetalFab laser welder and laser cutter on the CNC is incredible. It really is. It held up to the hype. So I just got back from Tennessee testing out this new unit, making all kinds of projects, welding and cutting with the CNC, and my gosh, I just can't wait. So I'm gonna share some footage of what I experienced, all the capabilities, answer some of the questions that I've been hearing ahead of the big launch. So here we have it, the xTool MetalFab. So this video, it's gonna be chunked up into segments. You can use the timestamps if you just wanna skip around, but really trying to give as much information early on because everyone is clamoring to learn more about this machine. So really quick, 30 seconds. If you don't know anything about it, here's the quick teaser. In my last video, I shared a lot of the specs on this machine, kind of a reaction when it was first announced. I included some footage that xTool has released of all the different possibilities. So if you haven't checked that out, you can check that out to learn more about the machine. And of course, there will be a lot of future products as I get to test it here once more units come out. All the possibilities. So here I want to show you really how simple it was. Beginner. I've never touched welding in my life, and I was able to weld in no time. Up and running, no time, great results, great welds. It held up. And then using the CNC cutter, kind of that laser background, what can we do and different materials, gonna give a quick look at that. And then I'm gonna show a lot of project ideas. How can you make money with this? And really, let's talk about the price. Industrial machine, super easy. MetalFab made easy. So let's jump in, let's check out that welding and then that cutting. So this is just a quick walkthrough. You got the laser welder, the wire feeder, the metal CNC. I'm going to have a lot more footage to show in the full review videos and more. This is just a quick look at my experience, a couple projects, lots of good stuff here, but the more in-depth looking at everything is coming. But you have your laser welder, and that is necessary for the CNC unit. So you take that and you just mount it in here. It's really easy to swap out. And then for welding, obviously you're going to have some shielding gas. There's a couple more settings, but it's really simple for a newbie like me. Couple settings and you're good to go. First time welding right here.
That's insane.
It's a perfect weld.
Wow.
You can try to break it now. You can stomp on it with your foot on the floor if you want. Bend it back and forth. Try to break it off somehow. Back and forth, back and forth.
Did it break the weld? Weld's holding, metal's bending. That's good.
Oh, that looks great.
Good.
Okay, it gets better and better.
Oh yeah, that one's really good. That's like the perfect amount of wire came out.
Boom.
You know how it could work.
So yeah, welding, amazing applications, but we know a lot of you are really excited about the CNC. So it works really, really smooth. It works fast, a variety of metals it can cut through. Here, this is real time. This is actually some anodized aluminum. I'll talk about this a little bit later, some ideas here, but obviously the thinner stock, the 1 mil, the 2 mil goes really quick, but really you don't want to go too quick because you want it nice and clean, and it works quickly. However, it's a really clean cut. So there's not a lot of, post processing or deburring, or there's no slag after the fact. And so here it is. This is in real time. Again, we'll talk more about the whole setup and some configurations here. But here I just have a 12 by 24 inch sheet. This is carbon steel. This is about 1 mil thick. Obviously, it can go a lot thicker. There's a lot of settings as we're working out. learning the machine. But here you can see how intricate it goes. And so lots of different file ideas. This is running on compressed air. This is just an air compressor. There is, a lot of questions about what gases do you need to run. There are some recommendations for, an oxygen tank. Maybe you're going to use nitrogen or argon, but primarily those gases are going to be the shielding gas for welding that are going to be necessary. And we'll get into that in future videos. It's a bit daunting for me as far as being a newbie, but that is a consideration. But just so you know, all of these cuts that I'm doing here, this was just using the air compressor, and then it comes with the air dryer to make sure you have clean, you have dry air coming in. And but yeah, with oxygen and some less expensive gases, you can get even more powerful cuts for the thicker stuff. But it's a little bit slower here just because it's so intricate, and the file, I'm sure there's some settings and parameters we could change. But honestly, this is not slow. I said the word slow. This is much faster than what I would do if I was using, the P2 laser, a CO2 laser for cutting wood. But very intricate, and again, the speed. It's nice to go fast, but again, you don't want to have to do, especially on these really thin, super thin little pieces, I don't want to have to go back and deburr them or anything. Again, no slag, great results. So this is just a really fun file here. You can see, customize some wall art. We'll talk a lot about project ideas and how to make money later in the video. But I wanted to have this one video in here, real time, not sped up, so you could really get a feel for it. It is a little tricky also getting the camera angle without the glare. Sometimes I actually put a phone or cameras in a laser. Didn't really want to put that in there with all the sparks coming out. That bottom tray down there catches all the sparks. Some people recommend adding sand to the bottom just to catch the pieces as they drop. You can see there's those angle supports there. Can move those about and some other variations. But this worked great for this application. Done, and it just drops. So here's some 3 mil stainless steel. And so again, the software, like what it's like with any laser, you're testing out the different settings. The stainless worked great, got incredible results to cut through this. Great for a knife blank. Lots of possibilities with knives. I did cut some more stainless later for some metals and some other ideas. Here's some more just real time of that. See how fast it can go. It depends on the geometry, right? So if it is a simple shape that's not a lot of curves, it goes insanely fast. Or anytime you see it's doing these cutouts with the rectangles, wow, crazy fast. So batch production for a shop, fabrication, great ideas. We did experiment with a lot of other materials. Here's some brass. And you note that there's no clamps on this at all. So it's got that vibe-free setting. This piece of brass that's pretty small, it's a pretty small piece. It's not clamped at all. It is just resting on there. Now, when we first cut the brass, we're like, is it actually cutting through? I don't know. I don't see the sparks. But, someone can jump on the comments and explain the science of it. But there aren't sparks coming out. And it doesn't look like it's popping through. Well, it actually is. Just pop out these little pieces. But my gosh, the brass looks so good. More metals, more ideas coming. Project ideas. I'm going to share a lot more about project ideas in a second, but I really want to talk a little bit more about some of just the amazing features on this machine. So lots of great features on the machine, really high-end industrial quality machines. Now, xTool has been around for about 5 years. They've made a lot of great desktop units. They're incredible, got all the safety features. Well, this one is their really first jump into industrial quality. That thing, it's a beast, right? This thing is massive, and it's got all of the tech in it to handle whatever you need to handle. And so really, I don't even know the price yet, right? At the point of this video, I don't know the price yet, but looking at all the comparable units, for what this machine can do, there's really, really nothing on the market like it. As far as the laser welder itself, talked to Zeke Rich, about his experience with welding. He's done this, for decades, knows all about it. And he's like, it is a game changer. It's changing. The industry is changing. And his experience, just the quality of welds, it is a game changer. And it is a really high-end unit that the laser components for the welding, I mean, we're talking like at least 10, 15 grand in there as far as what other comparable units. Now, I don't think that's how much xTool is going to sell the laser welder portion for, but just that component, the laser welding, that thing's a beast. That fiber laser and all the power with the wire feeder and the tech, insane. Well, then you throw in this giant, right now it's a 2 foot by 2 foot cutting bed, which is actually sufficient for most of what you're gonna do. And then in the CNC bed, it can cut up to 5 mil, even on their website. Make sure you do check that website for all the specs and all the details. Use that link down below. But they even said on there, you know, north up to 10 millimeters thick on some applications. So I know there's a lot of variables there, but as far as that unit, I mean, you can look at this graphic here. Who knows what the cost is going to be? So I'm really curious. But I do want to say, for all of you who are coming at this from the P2 world, the S series with the S1 or the F1 Ultra, those machines are great. Well, this thing is exponentially more. And so I don't know yet, but I do anticipate it is going to be a premium price. But that's why I really do want to explore how could this apply to your small business, your medium-sized business. So we're going to jump into some project ideas, some sales ideas. Where is there money to be made with this? And honestly, I'm just going to give out all the secrets. Lots of ideas here, even though I have future videos. Here are some of those ways that you're really going to make money with this unit, and why I think it really is a great investment for your work, for your business. All right, so obviously metal art, right? Metal art. Now here, this is 1 mil. I cut some at 2 mil, 3 mil. On the CNC bed, it can do a lot more. We were limited for time. There were a lot of folks trying to learn this machine as it's really early. I fortunately brought a ton of metals with me. I purchased a bunch of different metals. I had already designed a bunch of the stuff in the software, so I was really able to maximize the time and do a lot. But, you know, we can do customized, you know, wall art for families, addresses. We got addresses, all the possibilities there. I can do decorative panels, right? I can do intricate. It did some crazy intricate, like you saw on these mountain ones. So crazy intricate panels. You can throw that up with a welded frame, do some really, really cool high-end stuff. So art is definitely there. Wall art is definitely a thing that you could do with this. Then moving further, let's not wait any longer. Let's talk about knife making, right? And so making your own blanks, this is stainless, right? So this was some 3 mil stainless. It can cut much thicker too. It can cut the carbon. But, you know, you cut it there, and then you go to an F1 Ultra. You can even do some color engraving on stainless. You can do that, etch it, right? And then you just, you know, get a setup with a bench grinder. There's a lot woodworker here, right? A lot of knife makers, right? Making nice wooden handles. You can even use the lasers to do that. But making your own knife blanks, I mean, so many possibilities there. We'll get more in the future videos. I'm going to get into a lot of the other stuff. Jewelry, you know, believe it or not, you can do really teeny tiny, intricate little things. So brass. One thing that's cool about the brass, I was worried that it wasn't going to work using something small like this and cutting it for jewelry. Well, the thing about brass, it's different than the steel. It's such a narrow focal point, and it just pops out, right? And all of these little intricate pieces, let me just show you. Of course, I'm gonna do this right here. I'm gonna be a little bit careful. You don't wanna bend it. I think this is 1.5 or 1 mil brass, but you can do more. Anyway, the possibilities, you can keep going. Like, you can do some ornaments, we can do jewelry, very intricate things. So look for some more. I got a lot more I'm going to show in the future videos. But brass is definitely a thing. You can do really small, narrow pieces. I didn't get a chance, you know, I had some sterling silver and some copper and other. I didn't get a chance to test it. I will be testing it in the future. But just right here, you can see all the possibilities. One more idea that I think is awesome. I got a sheet of anodized aluminum, so like a big sheet. So we know the business cards are great, you can engrave it. Well, go ahead and cut yourself out some metals, or you can cut out unique panels, you can do things for plaques. Then I have this is like a business card, right? I have the anodized aluminum, and now I can take this on really any machine, even the F1 Lite. I can engrave anodized aluminum, and there I can do metals, so custom metals for sports teams, races. That's a lot of business to be made there. Sign making, for sure. Awards. So I did this on the F1 Ultra. It took like, you know, 6-ish hours to cut out the brass on that. Well, this is like 3 seconds to cut out these little plaques. I cut these out, whatever custom shape I want for on awards and plaques, and then I can engrave them on the other machines. So some have asked, no, this MetalFab does not engrave. It cuts, and it actually cuts very, very fine, very, very intricate, the focal. It can do really detailed, but then you're gonna have to use one of the other machines to engrave. There are so many more applications. Let's go through some other ideas real quick. All right, let's talk about some project ideas. So I just jumped on Etsy. Now I've got a whole list of all the things. These are all things you could do, right? So, simple projects like this, whether it's like a metal laptop holder, you can do things like this, where actually my buddy Chad over at Chad's Custom Creations, he did something like this where you cut out a panel. Let's see if we can do it. You cut out the panel and then either you fold it yourself or you get something like a break. I can do kits like this, so you can fabricate them and just sell them kits. So that's a great way to make some money there. You can do all the different parts. So fabrication, making different parts and brackets, and you could just do it, custom orders, or you could, do your own. You could even then take it, sandblast these. You could do powder coating. Obviously, lots of metal art with the welder. This is actually someone who's selling this one, but you can, tinker around with this, all the possibilities. Here, this is just fern sculpture with just some basic steel that's just rusted out, and people are paying premium for these types of things. Some garden, lots of yard art ideas. These are so quick to cut out, and then you're good to go. That's it. Like, there's nothing, and then you just batch out a ton of these. You can make these really custom, so something that's really unique. Obviously, you could do flowers, but you could do names. So I did a lot with names and different files for custom family ones. This picture right here is an idea that I am really excited about. Sorry, Etsy. The idea of you cut out the panel right here, and then I welded that frame that you saw earlier, and then I can just weld this art on the back, throw some LEDs on there. You don't even need to have a wood slab behind it. That would be so nice. If you throw a wood slab behind it, even better. This would be great for signage. You can get developers. You can do their custom name like, hey, welcome to Riverside Homes, and you could sell these at a premium price to developers. Obviously, there's lots of other yard art. There's a lot of these really cool 3D ones where it can be kind of basic layered like this, but these ones that are a lot more 3D, where you just go ahead and you can see here, here, go ahead and weld it, and you'd clean that all up, right? And obviously, imagine you're using steel here, and then after you clean up all the welds, seeing some that look really, really cool in sculptures, really high-end items. All right, this is what I'm probably the most excited about as a woodworker. You cut out all of these really unique table bases. You can cut these. These will all fit on that MetalFab, and you cut out, and there's so many different, this is a file right here, and then you would then go ahead and weld it together. So you can start making your own table bases, right? Look at these intricate ones. This is just like a basic little one, but if you're a woodworker, throw in a little piece of wood, or you could just go all metal. So the furniture design, my gosh, this really right here kind of emphasizes. Look at the price. Look at the price. You could charge a lot more for that depending on where you're at. But here you got that panel of whatever is intricate there, a memory bench, a garden bench. You get the legs, and then can do a back panel there. But you weld this up. You can do all of this with this MetalFab. And it's just, this is such an exciting opportunity. Again, some more panels, other unique ones. So lots of files out there. So kind of play around and see what could you do. Let your creativity go wild. I'm excited for these fire pits and, these different ones. This is a patio heater. Check this out, right? So, okay, we're going to cut out these pieces and then, oh yeah, patio heater, right? Make your own. I mean, that's kind of fun, right? So there's so many possibilities. We can do cool shelves. Shoot, you can do a miter saw station with all these different parts. Obviously, addresses, that's going to be a repeatable money order. Knives, knife making, even if you're not planning to make the knives, doing some really unique knife blanks, selling to woodworkers, knife makers, where it's already formed, it's already shaped. You can cut the really high-end steel that they like to use. Other cool, there's just so many possibilities. This is actually the exact knife file that I used. Bought it here, and then I did it. The possibilities, folks. I hope you hear this genuine excitement for all the things, whether it's not, this is not just like, hobby art, which I love and you can still do. There's money to be made here. Small business applications for what you're cutting, custom orders. You can create your own. Like clearly this has a lot, whatever this account is, plasma file, right? They have a lot of these really cool ones. You can start designing all of these cool things. Think about all the barbecuers, barbecue cookouts, helping your offset smoker. All the possibilities. You can do customizations, get some stainless and do some mods for cars, do some nameplates, obviously welding So many more possibilities. Now, I really do, again, check out this website. Check my link down below, some more information down below. I didn't really talk about the underwater welding and the cutting, all these other things. There's a lot more features here, but just so much. And again, no experience needed. I had no experience. I was up and running with great welds right away, and possibilities galore for the projects and the money making. So folks, I have a ton of more footage, a lot more video of the machine in use, welding, other applications, more cutting, more projects. So there's a lot more coming. And then of course, when I do get the machine here, making room for it, it's gonna happen, we'll show a lot more. And like all my videos in the future, it's gonna be projects. This is not a machine review channel. We make projects here. And so lots of possibilities. Like here, I brought all these different materials because I wanted to show all the possibilities. And so look in the future for me to try all the materials, test it all out when I have the time, and space and not limited like in a demo room setting. You're gonna see a lot. More videos coming, a lot more information. If this video provided value, consider subscribing to see those upcoming videos. If you're interested in the machine, use that link. Check it out. There's some great footage there, some great information over on Facebook as well. So much more. I got so much to share, but I just wanted to jump on. Didn't end up being a short one. Lots here, but lots of good content coming. If you're watching this later down the road, consider using our affiliate link. Now, when you purchase an item, if you use our affiliate link, we do get a portion that comes back to us. That's how I'm able to make these videos to support my family. Make sure you don't have any of those ad blockers like Honey that are stealing that away. So just turn those off. Oh my gosh, that's eye roll. But yeah, if you do plan on purchasing, use that link. Some discount codes. Best deal. Best deal. It's coming. The price is coming. The pre-orders, all that good stuff. Make sure you jump on early if you're interested, because that's when the best prices are available. So amazing, exciting. This really, what do you want to see? What do you want to know more about the machine, the capabilities? Even if I haven't already made the cuts, Mike over at Diode Designs, who did the host, I left a bunch of materials with him. He's going to do a bunch more. Awesome dude, awesome community. It was great to connect with Chad, with Zeke, with all the folks there. And just, there's going to be a lot of other good content coming just to help the community to know, hey, is this a good investment for us? It's not link pushing. We're not just trying to sell machines. Like truly, this, ever since the F1 Ultra, I like metal, the possibilities, especially as a woodworker. All right, this is small. I'm gonna do big stuff, and this laser welder can do big stuff where I can cake all my slabs. I can take all my beautiful hard, okay. Good stuff coming. Stay tuned. Comment down below, what are you looking for? Appreciate you watching. Appreciate that you watched. Appreciate it. Wow. All right, must be time to end this. Take care, and until next time.